Alright, how's it going, YouTubers, art lovers, and weekend painters, full-time painters, and enthusiasts? uh, I'm going to paint today. By the way, I wanted to let you know, I'm not in any way do I consider myself or I'm an art instructor. I don't know the proper way of painting. It's not my thing. If you learn a thing or two here, that's great. I hope so. I hope that you get at least inspired to get your own thing going. But I'm basically just documenting, on YouTube. I'm making it public. I'm documenting my process, my progress, and my all this talking that I do too. Kind of making sense of things sometimes, or explaining what I'm why or what I'm doing, So I hope you like it. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm painting some trees in like a woodland. So. In the past video, I got super philosophical. So if you wanna hear me going a little funny, I guess you can check that out. I like to get a little philosophical when it comes to painting. I think painting is sort of like an esoteric practice. I think painting is a very cool thing. Those of you who have the chance to do it should definitely embark. For whatever reason. I mean, this is my I make a living doing this. I didn't always make a living painting, but for whatever reason you do, it's I consider it to be a bit of a Zen practice. I know that a lot of artists are like, it's my life, man, it's my life. It's not. Your life is your life. Painting is painting. It's just something that it's very cool, and it's just where you take it. It's just where you take it. If you do it on the weekends, great. If you can't, if the day goes by and you feel like something was wrong, kind of like me, like you just have to paint, then great. Whatever. And if you're doing it to kind of release or relieve yourself from stress, I've done it for those reasons too. I remember having some difficult episodes in my life, and I mean it's all mental. I mean, there is stuff that backs it up, of course, the physical stuff, but it's more mental than anything. And painting, because I painted before I started realizing something, I was like, every time I paint, when I'm not trying to achieve anything, okay, so you may be painting and it might be torture for you, but when you're not trying to achieve anything, painting is very, I don't know, I guess, cathartic. You get to rest your mind because you're not trying to achieve an end goal. Anything that you're trying to, do you have an expectation about, or you're trying to, and I'm not trying to sound like a spiritual teacher or Zen or anything like that. This is just what I've experienced in my life. Anything that you're trying to finish, you're trying to achieve something, you have a vision of it, may cost you stress. May very well cause you stress, because the mind is trying to, it's not pleased unless the physical matches whatever you are trying to achieve in your mind. So for a while, painting for me was a terror. You know, it was the most horrible experience. And I know I just told you that I used it to rest my mind and to you know, as a sort of spiritual practice from the stresses of life or whatever, you know, the mental stuff that we accumulate and create. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and I know that it has to do more with where I'm at in regards to what I'm trying to get out of it. Every time I try to get something out of it, of a painting, I have to be very careful between aiming at something and letting it go. It's a strange dance. It's a strange dance because it is a dance. You know, you want the painting to look a certain way, but as you're painting it, your eyes have to be so present. You're feeling, you have to be so in the moment that you're kind of you're shooting for something. I guess I don't want to sound so crazy. You're shooting for something. I want this painting to look a certain way. I want the color to match that, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're shooting for something, but at the same time, you kind of reel yourself back. And that's the dance. And I think that any artist would agree to that, and maybe they wouldn't explain it how I do. But any serious artist that has painted enough, or not art, anything, you know, you're a sculptor, you're a musician, whatever. That's how you gain, I think, sanity in painting or in the arts. Because if you don't do that, if you don't know how to come back to the present moment when you're creating work, you're in pain, and you're there for a very hard, painful experience. Because that's what it creates. It creates a lot of pain because, oh my God, it doesn't come out the way I want it, you know, and you know, and all kinds of judgments and crazy stuff starts occurring in your head. I've been painting for over 20 years or 30 years or whatever, you know, and I'm still making the same stupid mistake. I can't believe that, blah blah blah. That's why when I paint, I don't look at it like many artists do. I hear a lot of artists out there using terms like how did you solve that problem? You know, there's a lot of problem solving, and I'm beyond that. Not beyond that as in I'm better, or I know how to solve those problems, because I don't. I'm beyond that in the sense that I don't want to ride that train. I did that. You know, I rode that train, and it was a painful train, and I don't want to ride it again, ever again. I don't, you know, like in the words of Renoir, if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. Well, for me, if it wasn't if it wasn't peaceful, if painting did not bring peace to me, I would never do it. I would let it go. I would let it go like a hot iron. Like for those cowboys out there, like a horseshoe. Like a horseshoe after riding all day. I would let it go. There's just no point in it. There's absolutely no point. If it's not peaceful, it has no business in my life. Because so many things already in life are not peaceful that you have to work through. And you don't want something so beautiful like painting, playing an instrument, or you know, whatever you do, become a miserable experience. You know, you don't want that. You don't want that at all. So that's why, going back to from the sad note, that's why I don't care when people tell me, you know what, if the tree stem is blah blah blah. I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to say that, of course. I'm not going to tell that to my clients, but or maybe, I don't know, but I just don't care. You know, you do you, let me do me, because this is where I have peace. You know, I try the whole. I tried the other way. I tried the other way for years. I tried to mimic other artists. I tried to learn the rules and stick to the rules, and I tried all of that, and I didn't like it. And the reason why I didn't like it, it's not because I didn't get good at it. I got good at it. But there was always this constant chasing after something. And it wasn't a happy chasing. It was a, oh my God, I didn't do it good enough. And that's why you have a lot of artists who are like, I think that's why you have a lot of artists that are depressed or anxious, or they have all this anxiety because they get stuck on the work. And I think that it's beautiful that you want to make your work great, but I don't think that that's how you make your work great. I think the way you make your work great is that, of course, you care about it, you aim for the better you can do. There's that level right there, right? You don't want to let go of that level, the caring level, but you could go too far, and it could turn into not I care and I want to make it good. Is I'm trying to please a mental binge. And it can never be. It's a black hole. You can never please it. It's like being in a relationship only to please the opposing, your partner. It will never happen. There is no way. I don't believe that will ever happen. You will do whatever is necessary. You will go far, but that is not the point of it. The point of it is to have a great experience, both of you, right? I think the same thing with artwork. The point of it is to have a beautiful experience between the dancer and the dance, the painting and the painter, the subject, the painting and the painter. That's really what the point of this whole thing is, I think. It's an experience. That's all it really is. It's an experience. Don't lose track of that. If you're an artist and you're listening to this, I recommend you to not lose track of the experience. This is a ride. And if you get stuck on things like that blue or this or that, it's okay. You're gonna get stuck. I think you have to get stuck in order to learn from it. Hopefully that's not everyone's story, but I think most people have to get stuck. It's just a natural process of being a human. But don't stay there. Get out of that. I don't know what you have to do. Maybe practice more. I don't know. Walk on the beach or something. So there it is. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm a fine art artist. And here's a painting of trees. I like to call them dancing trees in the woods. This is how I create my work. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.